Hi, I'm Rob, and in this Gems of War video I'm going to show you a few teams to make this faction assault in Fell Roost super easy. The first team is just a simple team to get running through the first stages as quickly as possible, and then the second team is the main one, and it is just so ludicrously simple it is almost a joke. Then the third team is more of a fun team just for a bit of variety. But also just want to quickly point out that I did do another video on this bug which is currently in the game at the time of making this video. How long it's there for I do not know, so take advantage of it as quickly as possible. It's basically when the update came out which raised the Soul Forge to level 20, you got a lot of extra freebies as one-time only deals. But bizarrely these are back in the Soul Forge again and available to collect for a second time. Just go over to other. Scroll down. I've collected mine already, but there was all sorts of stuff in here, all the sorts of stuff you collected as those freebies before. You get various scrolls. There was, I think, some of the Chaos Orbs maybe. Major Orb of Ascension was there as a ready to collect thing. You can see them, they're just ready to collect and you can just grab them and happy days. Imperial Deed were there, ×3 I think it was. An Orb of Power was there. So grab them if you want to see the full video. It's the one before this one. But yeah, nice to get something back for a change. But now on with the faction assault. So this faction assault is in Fell Roost. Now normally the first thing I suggest is going to the shop and getting tier 1, because this gives you the potion of enchantment, which means all your allies start enchanted at the start of each and every battle. But you don't need to necessarily do that because you may already have one. Potions are now stored, and if your horde level is already at level 100 in Fell Roost, which is where this event is based, then you will already have one, and you can check that manually by going to the underworld, to Fell Roost, and across to your horde level. If you're on level 100, you will already have it, and you can see it there. It's highlighted Potion of Enchantment. If I scroll down to below level 100, you can see it's now locked. If you go to level 100, it is unlocked, and that means you are going to start with this for free, effectively. So, really cool, and other potions do unlock as you progress through the levels at the same time. The other way to check is to simply just start a game. This is what I would normally do if I wasn't making one of these videos. Just literally start a game, and if you start enchanted, you know your horde level is on level 100. Simple as that, really. And if you don't get enchanted, then you can pop back when that fight is ended, which will be really quick anyway, and see how far away you are from getting it done. And it's there if you need it. Right, onto the actual fight itself. Now you can get your climbing gear on if you want on this and just go hiking, climbing right up the mountain, down again to the end, or you can get your mid-level climbing gear on, up to the mid-level and down again, or you can just stick your hiking boots on, be really lazy and trot straight across the bottom. That's what I'm going to do. Alright, nice and easy, and if you want, you can just go over the whole mountain, unlocking everything and increasing the room treasure multiplier. Right, for the team itself, I'm going to show two teams. The first one is a really fast, easy team to use, and the second one is going to be for the later parts of the game when this team slows it down slightly, but is going to be actually even easier to use than this team, believe it or not, and that is saying something. Right, we've got a very simple team to use here. I'll show a couple of alternatives as well. You've got Starflower. She deals damage to all enemies, boosted by ally and enemy Fae. She has a summon as well, and there's a 20% chance to transform someone to a pixie, which can be rather fun. And also, she's got a good set of traits as well. 50% chance to fairy fire a random enemy at the start of my turn. That is going to add 50% extra damage to that spell and the others in the team as well. Luna deals 55 damage to all enemies in my case. This will vary upon your magic level, the same as Starflower. Then either inflict 1 to 2 status effects on all enemies, or grant 1 to 2 status effects to all allies. There's obviously negative status effects to the enemy. And explode a random gem when matching yellow gems is a good way of generating some faster mana, but really I would have a couple of Starflowers here. I'm just showing a good mix of this. If you don't have Starflower, you can have an extra Luna, and if you don't have Luna, you can have an extra Starflower. All works good. King Silences is here because all Wildfolk allies start with 50% mana, which means basically All these three start with 50% mana, which is absolutely ideal. And for the weapon, I chose the Mystic Manuscript. Explodes a load of purple gems, grants a random status effect to all Mystic allies. Luna is a Mystic as well, and so is Starflower. And you get a summon as well, because when you die in a delve, should you be so unlucky enough to do so, then you don't get that troop back. So it's good to have a couple of summons in the team, and you can actually protect Starflower by moving her a little bit further down if you so desire. The banner for this team is going to be +2 yellow, +1 green, -1 blue, and the class isn't actually that important. It's not important at all, in fact. So just pick any class which you're still working on to get to level 100 and be happy with that. So let's dive into a few games. I'm not going to do a ton of games with this one because it is so easy, it is ridiculous. And then I'll show the super easy team. I'll do some matches with this first, then I'll pause the video, come back, and I'll jump forward a bit. But see, I haven't had to actually do anything then, it was just ready automatically. The 50% start, the Potion of Enchantment, makes it ready to go really, really fast. Alright, do this one here. Obviously the power of your Starflower, of your Luna, is going to depend upon your level in the game. You don't generally cast King Silensus, he only can hit 3 enemies. We'll cast our Starflower. And then our Luna is ready on the next turn. Obviously if your magic level isn't as high as mine, you may have to cast them twice, but that's where you'd use the Mystic Manuscript to charge up the team really, really quickly. Just get that charged and cast away. See here, you can now just trot across the end if you want, or you can have a little climb and explore the mountain, increasing the room treasure multiplier. As I said, I'm just going to whiz straight across the bottom for the sake of the video. And yeah, if you're a lower level player or your stats aren't as high, or you're a little bit concerned that Starflower could be vulnerable, then stick her slightly further down the team. You'll get her charged up in no time anyway, and is good to protect the troops that have a summon. So we'll cast her. Cast that if you want, there's no actual need to. Luna would have been charged the next turn anyway. And the last one. Now the team I'm going to show after this, you can actually use at the beginning part of the game as well if you prefer. It's just a bit slower than this method right now. There you go, we've got both of them up straight away. If you have 2 Starflowers, then just cast them obviously. But the good thing about having different troops that use different colours is that basically if there was no colour for Starflower, then we could have picked up a colour for Luna probably instead. So the team I'm going to change to now is just so simple to use, it is ridiculous. If you're familiar with Chalcedony, you're going to know exactly how this works. Straight away, we're going to be using the Petrified Banner from Hellcrag, +2 brown, +1 red, -1 blue. We're going to be in the class of Geomancer because we need all our troops to be constructs. And the way it works is, as you may well know, Chalcedony deals damage to an enemy based on your magic level, then creates 3 brown gems boosted by all construct allies. So with all constructs, this is going to be 12 brown gems every single turn. 19 times out of 20, this is going to fill her up and she can just cast again and just do damage. Fill her up, damage. It's just, you can do it on autopilot. You don't even have to look most of the time when using this team. It's absolutely crazy. Got 2 of her just in case one somehow dies. If you don't have 2 Chalcedonies, you can pick any other construct. Just make sure you've got construct listed there, then apply the filter and just pick anybody you like. And this works better if you do have Zernabog because it creates a dust storm when my turn begins, which is every single round. And in last slot, just pick something for your weapon. You do need to be in Geomancer class for this because it is the construct class. I like something that just has a summon, because when you lose a troop in a delve, you've lost to them forever. So it's always good to have a summon if you can. And that is it. So let's do this. This is going to be crazy easy. Technically not as fast as the other one, but it can be because things can happen really quickly. It's just literally pick on the first enemy, you get all that brown, she charges herself up again, on to the next. You don't even have to look. You can be looking out the window. You can be looking at another telly. You can be looking at whatever you like. You don't even have to look at the telly. It's like amazingly easy to get through. Or laptop. Or phone. Other devices are available. Let's go get that because that charges up our Chalcedony. I'll just do them in order. Literally just don't even look. Don't press anything apart from the L1 and then the X button to cast. Not interested in the other troops all the while this is working. Just keep on going. Other teams not going to get a turn. Any random incidental skull hits like that are going to help things along. It's ludicrously easy, and you know she works on any delve that you're going to use yellow or brown. This is going to work in a very similar kind of way. Right, and I'm only going to do this a couple more times because this is quite literally it. Don't take those single skull hits, you lose your turn. Just rely on the incidental ones like that. Yeah, and things couldn't really be much simpler. Probably the simplest in the game, team in the game, to be honest, for how it works and how reliable it is. I'll show hang on if I can get my words out. Show one more fun team after this if you want to have a bit of fun with the game too. If you don't have Chalcedony. So yeah. Ludicrous. Ludicrous, ludicrous. Oh, you got a summon. I'll give you a bash first. With that 4-match skull and take you away. Claim the rewards. That is by far the easiest team to use, but there is one more you can play around with just for fun. What should we do this time? Let's go to the Great Worm. Some people will know about this team. I've shown it on a previous video. 3 of you, if you have 3 of them, chuck him in there. Go for, again, any weapon you like. What should we have? It's just not all about the weapon you see. That'll do. Literally anything. There may be a better way to even fine tune this further. And we want red and... No, it doesn't actually matter at all. The banner. It doesn't matter because we're not even going to be bothered with casting stuff. Just any class you like. Let's go with geomancer again because I want to get that up to 100. And the way this works is the Great Worm creates 2 skulls when his turn begins and deals damage to all enemies if we feel like it, but we're just going to get those random skull hits. A safer team for this would be to go for something like Titan class. And the reason is, or anything where you get the rock solid. Does benefit of this, counter attack, inflicts stun when enemies do skull damage to me. All brown allies gain 3 armor. Create a dust storm at the start. Rock solid, gain a barrier when matching brown gems. Extra brown, fortitude. We're just going to be matching skulls automatically after time when they come along. 6 skulls are going to appear every single turn. There you go. I haven't even done anything yet. We can charge our Great Worms up. If they don't do enough damage, the skulls will get them next time. Like that. Oops, zip along the bottom again. Skulls appear, take whichever ones you like. Most of the time you will get some sort of auto skull match, but we can cast that if we like at the same time. Get our troops charged up, take an extra skull hit. 6 skulls are appearing every single time when our turn begins. A lot of these are going to result in auto skull hits. You can chuck in extra damage from the Great Worm if you like. Easy. Nothing doing on the skulls there. That was weird. 4 match. Extra skull hit. Another bash. More skulls appear. Another hit. Free turn. See you later. Could have done that skull hit really, but kind of sort of the last possible second. That bit where you go to press a button to activate something else, then your eyes see it, but your finger was already said, no, I'm pressing that anyway, before you had a chance to stop. That's exactly what happened there. Alright, last one. Super straightforward. Really easy delve to do. I wouldn't recommend this team on the higher levels. It can get you into a bit of bother. Unless you get some really nice skull drops. Can still work, because if you remember to get brown all the time, you've got to get given a barrier every single time. If you just collect brown whenever you haven't got a barrier, it's a really good way to go about it. Any skull matches you miss are going to save you. Just collect brown whenever they're there and let the skulls do the rest. You'll have a barrier. Right, that is it. That is a few teams to have fun with this event. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to click that like and subscribe button. And most of all, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you again next time. Bye for now.